Okay, so I decided to bolt the half-ton brackets onto the 3/4 ton brackets. I was gonna weld them, but I think I'll just bolt them. I don't know if it's gonna make anything easier, but okay guys, so I've been welding, grinding, drilling, and honestly I'm completely sick of it at this point. But I've gotten my mounts bolted up. I did paint the inside of them. Them mounts probably aren't going to come off. I'm just going to probably mask off and paint the front side of the bracket. Right now, I'm getting ready to do a final fitment mock-up here, just to make sure something terribly didn't go wrong in the welding and grinding process. I did trim up the inner fenders there. You'll notice they are trimmed up. I've got to trim up the side a little bit, but I can't do that until I get the bumper up there. I've got the bumper here pretty well welded up and ground off. Not completely. When I take it off and decide what I'm going to do with it, I've got to clean it up and everything, and I'll run through and make sure it looks good and everything's welded. But I've got everything taken care of, I believe. I did add tabs. I added a tab right there, added a tab right here, and what these tabs are for is they're going to go onto the inner fender, and I'm going to bolt probably like a 1/4 inch bolt to hold the inner fender in place, just so it don't flop around. You can see I've got some lights in here. These are not the rough country lights that you can get them and they will just bolt on. I didn't want to spend that much on lighting, so I got some cheaper ones. And then I had to modify this bracket here. I had to make it longer because it was too short to get these mounted up. And these aren't quite, they don't quite fill the hole, but it don't matter. There's a trim ring that goes on there. You'll never know that they didn't belong on there. But I may pick up their lights, but right now I've got my own idea. It would be nice if they would have made these tabs longer, so you could, so you did have different lighting options. But anyway, there it is, guys. They're bolted down. I do have to clean up this mount a little bit. Basically, I just cut it off and extended it so the mount was longer. Got it cleaned up pretty well back here. I'm not going to totally clean it up back here because it is the back of the bumper, but anyway, enough of the talking here. I'm going to get this thing. This thing's fairly heavy now, so I'm going to get it over on the truck and struggle getting these bolts lined up, and we'll get her mocked in for hopefully the final time. So there it is, mocked up for the final time, and I'm happy with everything. So I might have twisted a little bit in the welding, but I think I got everything back to acceptable. I think you're going to have a hard time finding gaps that aren't right. I spent a lot of time making sure everything looked good, but I got my side pieces done here. You can see the bolt right there that bolts the inner fender to the bumper, and actually that actually made the bumper a little bit more stiffer yet. So got this side same way, got a bolt there, and everything looks pretty good. I got it ground down. I've got all the angles ground down, but when the inside angles, I think I'm just gonna clean the welds up a little bit, and I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave the welds kind of exposed, because I don't think it's it'd be a lot of time trying to grind them down, and it's just not worth it. I think I got some good looking welds on there, so I think I'm just gonna clean them up, and haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do for paint. I kind of need to do that quickly, because I need to get this coated, and I need to get my truck back out there running. So okay, so I thought I was pretty well done with the bumper, and then I installed the plow mounts onto the frame of the truck, and you can see they hang down farther than I would like them to. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a custom skid plate for here, for the center, that's also going to hold my license plate, because I do need a license plate. I need a front license plate to be legal, and right now I don't have anywhere to put that. So I had to, if you've seen my other videos, these mounts, I cut these mounts, and to fit them on that lifted truck. So I had to weld these mounts. I cut the brackets off back there, so I had to weld them back on. Then I also had to drill a hole in the mounts there to be able to use my tow hooks, my factory tow hooks. For some reason there's not a hole there. I'm not sure why. Maybe the newer mounts that you get for this newer truck, maybe they have a hole there. Anyway, I had to drill a hole. Otherwise I wasn't going to be able to use my factory tow hooks. So that took some time. I was trying to get the bumper off and get it painted, but I think I'm going to go ahead and make a custom skid plate down there to hold my license plate. So I'm going to try to find some steel. I got to get some measurements. I got some ideas on what I want to do down here. Probably going to lose that factory plastic one, and it'll probably make the bumper a little stronger even yet. So I got to go find some steel. Hopefully we got something that'll work, and start bending it and cutting it. Okay, so I found me a piece of steel. It ain't gonna be quite long enough for what I need, but I'll make it work. I'm gonna use the old big shear here. This thing's pretty awesome. I'm gonna shear that. I gotta take it back in the shop. I gotta do some angles on it. I gotta narrow it up as it goes backwards before I gotta do that before I bend it here with the big bender. Okay, so I got my basic shape of the skid plate there. You see it narrows up because it's got to go between the plow mounts and stuff like that. So there it is. Got my first bend here. I'm gonna get that up into place. Probably clamp it on. I need to probably drill some holes in the flange there because that's where it's gonna mount to the bumper. So it'll make it easier for me to hold it up there in place. Then I gotta figure out where to make the second bend in here because it's gonna go down, then it's gotta kick back straight. I'm gonna go to that frame rail there, so I gotta get that factory plastic skid plate out of there. So I gotta take some time here, get it mocked up, and see where I gotta make my second bend. Okay, so there's my second bend in the piece. I did drill my holes for the mount, so I'm gonna test all that when I get it put in there. Yeah, everything's turning out okay. That big brake is awesome. I should be doing more fabrication, guys, but it's just, I don't know. Seems like I just don't have the time to do that, but. Okay, so I got the skid plate mocked up on the truck there. I just got done making some mounting tabs on the brake to mount this to the frame, because my sheet was just a little short, so this is kind of what I had to do. I just didn't have enough metal. Well, you can kind of see once I tack weld that, I'm going to bring it back out. I'm going to weld it up fully, and then I got to do some adjustments with the holes, and then it's going to go back on, and I got a few more things that I want to add to it. So I got to tack those mounts on and then get it out here so I can weld it up. Okay, so there's the mounts welded on. Yeah, two of them. You see why I had to kind of angle it up and back, but I think that'll hold it. So I'm going to get this mocked into place again, and then I'm going to do my license plate bracket. I've got it down there, but I might have to tweak that, but I gotta get this mocked up first, make sure it still fits. Okay, so I just made this bracket right here. It's not quite as heavy a gauge as the skid plate, but the idea is this is gonna go on the skid plate, and it's gonna keep it's gonna put the plate so it ain't angled down so far. So it looks like I'm trying to make an effort to make the plate more visible. And it's also gonna give some shape to that skid plate. It's not going to be just a flat piece. It's going to kind of match the bumper with all the angles and stuff. So I'm just going to weld this on there. I'll tack it on there, make sure it looks the way I want it to look. Then I'll have to make a filler piece for the bottom, but no big deal. So I'm going to get this tacked up, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to get that welded in so I can finish this up. Well, that's a wrap, guys. That's it for me. I'm putting my welders away. Can't put my grinders away yet because I got to do a little bit of cleaning up here and there. But that's it, guys. Finally done. I think that skid plate come out real good. It extends the bumper down there by the plow mounts. So the plow mounts aren't so obviously below the bumper. I like it. And I needed a spot for my license plate anyway, so it was gonna have to go somewhere. I like it, guys. So I guess that's gonna do it for this one, guys. hopefully the next time or the next video I'll be painting this thing. I sure hope I don't find any more fabrication work, but I guess you never know. But I'll see you guys.